Hello, I'm Hannah Carter, the National Bosun. I hereby open this National Bridge of Honor. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the Sea Promise. Those in uniform, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, in liberty and justice for all. As a Sea Scout, I promise to do my best to guard against water accidents, to know the location and proper use of the life-saving devices on every boat I board, to prepare to render aid to those in need, to seek to preserve the motto of the sea, women and children first. Now I will ask J.C. Lutzen and James Taylor to lead us in the Scout Oath and Scout Law.
Those in uniform, Scout sign. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Please join me in the Scout Law. Friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, reverent.
Thank you. So now I'd like to introduce the National Yeoman Harvey Morrissey for the invocation.
Hello. A scout is reverent. Dear Lord, bless all those scouts everywhere that contribute to shape the hearts and minds and bodies of young people everywhere. Let us remember what they have taught and apply it daily. When facing deceit and dishonesty, let us be trustworthy. If we see hypocrisy and faithlessness, let us be loyal. Bring me and all my shipmates to be kind and reverent. Please safeguard us as we adventure out into the water to come back to shore safely. Let us do this and to continue to be in good service in your name. Amen.
Thank you for joining us tonight for the first ever virtual National Bridge of Honor. Sea Scouts is the original older youth program in the Boy Scouts of America, now in our 108th year. I have had the honor of serving as the senior youth leader as the National Bosun for the 2019 to 2020 term, serving as the voice of the youth and Sea Scouts to the National Board of the Boy Scouts of America and leading the National Quarterdeck, the team of youth leaders serving Sea Scouts at the national level, which includes the 4 regional bosuns. Our terms start each year on June 1st, so my term has come to an end, and it is time to pass the bosun's pipe to my successor. So our first order of business this evening is to introduce our new National Bosun. It is my pleasure to introduce Aven Alexander, the 2020 National Bosun-elect.
Thank you, Hannah.
Aven, please raise your right hand in the Scout sign and repeat after me. I promise to do my best.
I promise to do my best.
To be worthy of the office of National Bosun.
To be worthy of the office of National Bosun.
For the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts.
For the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts.
In all ships across the country.
In all ships across the country.
And in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
And in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
I now pass the National Bosun's pipe to you as a symbol of your office. The Bosun's pipe is a long-standing nautical tradition used in our ceremonies and symbolizes the top youth leader at all levels in Sea Scouts. Awesome. Oh, sorry.
Hannah, thank you so much for your service. You've been an amazing example, and your team did so many great things for the Sea Scouts within this past term. I'm looking forward to this term, but also thank you for your service.
Aven, I know Sea Scouts are in good hands with you, and I know that your team is going to do absolutely amazing things. So you guys are going to do a great job, and I'm so happy and proud of you to be the new National Bosun.
Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce the National Bosun's Mate for this term, Martha Fields.
Thank you, Aven. This term's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
Martha, please raise your hand in the Scout sign and repeat after me. I promise to do my best
I promise to do my best
to be worthy of the office of National Bosun's Mate
to be worthy of the office of National Bosun's Mate
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
in all ships across the country
in all ships across the country
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
2.
Thank you, Aven. Now I'd like to introduce our 4 incoming regional bosuns. The incoming regional bosun for the Northeast region will be Bobby Giassi.
Hello, thank you, Martha. Aven, I'm looking forward for this upcoming term. It's going to be like none other in Sea Scouting history. I'm excited and I can't wait to work with you.
Bobby, please raise your right hand in the Scout sign and repeat after me. I promise to do my best
I promise to do my best
to be worthy of the office of Regional Bosun
to be worthy of the office of Regional Bosun
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
in all ships in my region and across the country
in all ships in my region and across the country
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
2. Bobby, thank you for accepting the challenge of regional leadership and welcome aboard to the National Quarterdeck. I'm so excited to work with you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Our incoming regional bosun for the Southern region will be Nathan Calzett.
Thank you, Martha. I look forward to working with you and Aven, and I can't wait to get the Southern region ready to think outside the boat.
Nathan, please raise your right hand in the Scout sign and repeat after me. I promise to do my best
I promise to do my best
to be worthy of the office of Regional Bosun
to be worthy of the office of Regional Bosun
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
in all ships in my region and across the country
in all ships in my region and across the country
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
2. Nathan, thank you so much for accepting the challenge of regional leadership and welcome aboard to the National Quarterdeck. I'm so excited to work with you this term.
Thank you. The same goes for you.
Next, the incoming regional bosun for the Central region will be James Taylor.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to serve the region that I love and the program I love even more.
James, please raise your right hand in the Scout sign and repeat after me. I promise to do my best
I promise to do my best
to be worthy of the office of Regional Bosun
be worthy of the office of Regional Bosun
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
in all ships in my region and across the country
in all ships in my region and across the country
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
2. James, thank you so much for accepting the challenge of regional leadership and welcome aboard to the National Quarterdeck. I'm so excited to see what you do for your region this term.
And last but certainly not least, the incoming regional bosun for the Western region will be Jay Sletson.
Thank you, Martha. I look forward to working with the National Quarterdeck and giving back to the Sea Scout program on a regional basis.
Jace, please raise your right hand in the Scout sign and repeat after me. I promise to do my best
I promise to do my best
to be worthy of the office of Regional Bosun
to be worthy of the office of Regional Bosun
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
for the sake of my fellow Sea Scouts
in all ships in my region and across the country
in all ships in my region and across the country
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
and in the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
2. Jace, thank you so much for accepting the challenge of regional leadership and welcome aboard to the National Quarterdeck. I'm so excited to work with you this term.
Thank you. I'm excited to work with you guys as well.
Thank you all to all 4 of our region bosuns. All of our regions are in good hands. Now it's time to recognize the 2020 recipients of the Sea Scout Leadership Award. The Sea Scout Leadership Award is presented by councils, areas, regions, and the BSA National Council to Sea Scouts and Sea Scouters who have made exceptional contributions to Sea Scouting and who exemplify the Scout Oath and Law. This year, there are 6 recipients of the National Sea Scout Leadership Award. First is Hannah Carter. Hannah served as the National Bosun for 2019 to the 2020 term. She started with a very clear and ambitious plan and has accomplished a great deal of it. She built and led an effective national quarterdeck and has effectively used social media to develop better communication with youth and ships across the country. Hannah plans to stay engaged with quarterdeck projects as she enters college this fall. Hannah Carter.
Thank you so much. I'm super honored to have this award. I'm going to continue to work very hard in Sea Scouts, and I'm just so happy that I received this, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hannah, for your service to Sea Scouts. Next is Martha Fields. Martha served on the National Quarterdeck and was a key contributor to most of the Quarterdeck's projects this past year. In addition, she has served on the national marketing team as a webinar host and a podcast co-host. During the same time, she served as Sam Houston Area Council Bosun. This year, Martha moves up to serve as National Bosun's Mate. Martha Fields.
Thank you, Aven. It's been a very productive year. So thank you to our outgoing National Quarterdeck for giving me that. But this upcoming year will have to be even more productive just because of all the weird that's going on. But I know we can do it. So we got this, guys.
Thank you, Martha. I'm so excited to have you on the team this year. Our next recipient is Jorden Alexis. As Western Region Bosun, Jorden has served on the National Quarterdeck and has been a key part of national marketing campaigns, training development, and event planning. Jorden will be continuing her national support of Sea Scouts by joining the National Program and Training Team initially to assist with the modernization of ILSS. Jorden Alexis.
Thank you so much, Aven. It's an honor to be receiving this award, and it wouldn't be possible without everybody who has helped me throughout my journey, and it really means a lot to me. So thank you to everyone who has helped me along the way, and I look forward to giving back to the program in the future.
Thank you, Jorden, and congratulations. Our next recipient is Rob Freese. Rob serves as a skipper and council commodore, but is being recognized with the National Sea Scout Leadership Award for his work in revamping and expanding the SEAL program, resulting in SEAL 2.0. As a result of his work, the number of SEAL courses offered doubled this year, and SEAL has entered into a new era. Skipper Rob Freese.
Thank you, Aven, for this great honor. I've been truly blessed to work with outstanding scouts and fantastic scouters in this, the best of our youth leadership training programs. I especially want to thank Cassie Johnson and Donna Hokinson for their effort and support, and to Commodore Dan Wilson and Skipper Mike Walker for inviting me on board SEAL training. A special thanks goes to my family for their support, especially to my wife. SEAL has doubled in the number of courses and participants this year thanks to all of your efforts, especially those of our SEAL course directors. We have added many new innovations, making SEAL 2.0 truly the best youth leadership training that we can offer in Sea Scouting. I look forward to next year when we have added more courses, including perhaps a scuba course, more whitewater rafting, paddlecraft, and keelboat courses.
Thank you so much, Skipper Freese, and congratulations. Our last recipient that we're honoring tonight is Cassie Johnson. Cassie has led our Sea Scout program and training team for a number of years, including overseeing the Sea Scout manual as well as Sea Badge and other training. She led development in the new IALS and AALS courses, now rolling out nationwide, and she has been a principal author of the SEAL 2.0 curriculum. Cassie Johnson.
Thank you for honoring me. I never imagined how life-changing that first Sea Scout meeting would be for my daughters and myself. You, my precious Sea Scout family, mean the world. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. Our last recipient tonight is Bruce Johnson. Bruce has served Sea Scouts at the ship, council, regional, national, and international levels for decades. His leadership over the past decade in developing the Sea Scout Coast Guard Auxiliary Partnership, however, has been exceptional and has laid the groundwork for a strategic alliance with the Coast Guard Auxiliary that will promote a long-term growth in the Sea Scouts program. Bruce Johnson.
Thanks very much. It's been my honor to serve Sea Scouting, the Boy Scouts of America's most exciting high adventure program. I appreciate the chance to make a difference in the lives of America's youth. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. Remember that anyone can nominate someone for a Sea Scout Leadership Award at any level. If you know someone who is deserving, please fill out a nomination form for them. I would also like to congratulate past National Commodore Charlie Worcester, who was recognized in a National Court of Honor last week for receiving the Silver Buffalo, the highest honor given by the BSA. Congratulations to Commodore Worcester.
Finally, it is time to recognize the 2020 National Flagship. The National Flagship competition each year is sponsored by Boat US and serves to select a ship that best exemplifies all the attributes of a successful ship. This year's National Flagship is Ship 198 of Delmarva Council in Delaware. Ship 198 is chartered by the Broadkill Marina in Milton, Delaware, and is led by ship's bosun Chris Dean and skipper Ron Kajewski. Under the leadership of bosun Cheyenne Schneider and Chris Marshall, the quarterdeck embarked on an aggressive recruiting campaign, as well as a well-rounded program involving active participation in outdoor district and council events, on-the-water activities, community service, and active participation in the Delmarva Council's Nintendo Lodge Order of the Arrow. As a result of their hard work and determination, Ship 198 grew from 10 members to 28 active members, and by year's end, amassed a record of accomplishment that include 50% of youth members advanced one rank, 10 earned the BSA recruiting strip hatch, and members participated in training to earn certifications in first aid and CPR, safe boating courses, Scout BSA rank advancement, and Order of the Arrow election in the Council's Nintendo Lodge Order of the Arrow. Members also earned the Long Cruise Badge in the ship conducted Introduction to Leadership Skills for Ships. Finally, adult Sea Scout leaders attended Sea Badge while one youth member attended SEAL. Now I'd like to introduce Chris Marshall, Cheyenne Schneider, and Chris Dean, past and present bosuns of Ship 198.
Hello, my name is Christopher Marshall and I served as the bosun of Ship 198 for the first half of 2019. Ship 198 is extremely honored to receive such recognition. Sea Scouting is a program that we all love, and we wish to not only see survive, but thrive through the 21st century. Ship 198 has been able to implement new era recruiting methods to triple the size of the ship in the past few years alone. We wish to not only continue our community outreach through this recognition, but to also promote the program in general for ships across the nation. Personally, Sea Scouting has played an integral role in my life and future career goals, and I wish to continue to grow the program so youth not only across the Delmarva Council, but across the entire nation can learn and grow in such an amazing program. Through such high recognition, we wish to be able to continue to serve and give back to a program that has done so much for all of us. Nearly tripling the size of our ship has not been an easy feat, and it has pushed us into relatively unknown territory. On this past year's long cruise, we took 2 of our large sailboats instead of the just one we typically use. This made for double the preparation, double the planning, and ultimately double the work. As a team, Ship 198 persevered through the planning process. But as anyone who has any scouting experience knows, even with the most preparation, plans rarely ever go exactly according to how they're written. After suffering an engine fire on one of our vessels, quick action by a youth member of our crew helped to extinguish the fire and prevent further damage to the vessel. This is just a testament to how Sea Scouting teaches young adults how to be safe and responsible during boating and on the water related activities. As the Sea Promise states, a Sea Scout must be able to know the location and proper use of life-saving devices at all times. And we must take that line very seriously in our ship, as all should, and as anything can happen at any time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne Schneider. I was Bosun the last half of 2019 into the beginning of 2020. After long cruise, our sailboats were in need of some maintenance, so we switched over to our fishing vessel, the Miss Mel. Our weekly meetings were spent out on the water. Some nights we would work on drills, others we spent fishing or water activities, such as wakeboarding, water skiing, or jet skiing. We took a weekend cruise to Cape May with most of our older Sea Scouts. The newer Scouts had an overnight cruise on the vessel to gain hours toward rank advancement later on that month. Our crew has participated in many community events with West Marine, the town of Lewis, and the nearby yacht club and around our docks. Our local community is very supportive of the Sea Scout program, highlighting many of our events in the local news. The community presence and exposure has assisted in the growth of our ship. We went from 5 regular attending Sea Scouts to now over 20. I think this growth is because of the fun but yet educational programs we have, along with the atmosphere that is built through teamwork and friendships. Scouting has impacted my life in ways I would have never imagined, and I will be forever grateful for it. As it grows, I hope many others will have the chance to experience the growth that I have seen on many lives, including mine. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Christopher Dean, and I am the present bosun of Ship 198. 2020 has proven to be a year of twists and turns. The ship started out the year with a Bridge of Honor in January to recognize our members' achievements. Our youth have been hard at work with a large portion of the ship attending winter training weekends like Pine Tree and Sleet. While all of this was going on, the quarterdeck has been busy planning trips and events for the ship, one in particular being a spring break paddlecraft long cruise in Virginia. Unfortunately, we had to delay this cruise due to the pandemic, but we are looking to have one later in the summer. Currently, the ship is working on getting ready for the summer by getting our boats in the water and planning a variety of events such as our yearly summer long cruise, weekend trips to Cape May, and even an offshore fishing trip. Despite all the challenges 2020 has thrown at us, we are still on track to have an eventful and memorable summer. I would like to end off by saying thank you to everyone, especially those who helped get us here. Our ship is honored to represent Sea Scouts BSA as this year's national flagship. We will represent you well.
Well said, everyone. Congratulations again, Ship 198. I'd also like to recognize the National Flagship Fleet, this year consisting of Ship 911, SSS Response of Capital Area Council, Ship 1701, SSS Enterprise of Sam Houston Area Council, and Ship 450, SSS Heatwave of Las Vegas Area Council. Congratulations, everyone. Back to you, Aven.
Congratulations to our national flagship and all of the flagship fleet. This brings us to the end of our program. I'm so honored to work as your national bosun this year and work with a great team of youth from across the country. I'm so excited for all the big goals I have planned and to just serve the country in the way that I've always dreamed of. Now I'd like to call on National Commodore T.W. Cook for a Commodore's Minute.
Thank you, Aven. I'd like to add my congratulations to our Sea Scout Leadership Award recipients and to our National Flagship and Fleet. And I look for great things from this quarterdeck under Aven's leadership. I'd also like to thank Hannah for her excellent leadership this past year. These past few months have been tough on all of us, yet Scouting continues in many ways stronger than ever. Enormous innovation has been happening at an unprecedented pace, thanks to the incredible dedication and determination of our Scouts and Scouters, who are going to make sure that Scouting continues no matter what. Along the way, we've learned a few things. We've learned that we can do way more online than anyone expected, and that sometimes online events are better. Certainly, if we'd done this as an in-person event, most of you couldn't have attended. We've learned that collaboration between Scouts around the country is both fun and useful. And we've learned once again that our youth will rise to the occasion if we let them. And one of the things that has been reaffirmed is that Scouting is so much more than just boating. That isn't even the most important element. We speak of the 4 S's: Scouting, Service, Seamanship, and Social. And that 4th S, Social, has turned out to be the most important of all. I hope that we'll all be able to get back on the water soon, but meanwhile, let's stick together and keep the momentum going. Thank you.
Thank you, TW. And finally, I'd like to call on National Director Owen McCulloch for his director remarks.
Thank you, Aven. Just a quick story. This past weekend, National Commodore T.W. Cook and I spent several full days with our incoming National Sea Scouting Quarterdeck and Region Commodores as part of our first ever national orientation. I want to let you know how obvious it is that our ships across the country are continuing to develop leaders of the highest quality, both youth and adult. They're facing challenges straight on, and they're making plans to help carry Sea Scouting strong through the coming year. Sea Scouting continues to retain and engage young adults, providing a program that is more relevant than ever in today's world. And with the challenges facing Scouting, America, and actually the whole world, the values and experiences provided in the Boy Scouts of America are more important than ever. The work all of you are doing is important and is making a difference. I know we've got a lot of challenges facing us in the coming year, but know that the work we do in Sea Scouting will help us to weather this storm and prepare young people, their families, and their communities. This group of recipients and new quarterdeck leaders will represent and lead Sea Scouting into the coming year. And I'm confident that we have a team here that will continue to hold fast for our coming year. Thank you. Back to you, Aven.
Thank you. Thank you all for attending, and congratulations again to our Sea Scout Leadership Award recipients and to the National Flagship and Fleet. If you would like to get to know your new quarterdeck better, please check out our podcast series. Look under updates on seascout.org. I now adjourn this National Bridge of Honor.